It's been well over 6 months since I bought a Meta Quest 2, and now that I've also bought a new Meta Quest 3, I'm going to take you through what sets them apart. First, let's take a look at what you get with the Meta Quest 3 and what improvements it makes over the Quest 2. Coming in at the number 6 advantage of the Quest 3 over the Quest 2 is sound. Both headsets include speakers on the sides that emit spatial audio for virtual reality and mixed reality experiences. But the Quest 3's sound is just a bit better. The sound is fuller and it has noticeably less distortion than the Quest 2's. Next up, the number 5 advantage of the Quest 3 is its controllers. Both the Quest 3 and the Quest 2 come with controllers, but the Quest 2's are a bit more bulky with their tracking ring. Quest 3's, while retaining the same general layout as the Quest 2, ditch that tracking ring, giving them a more streamlined design. Alright, coming in at the number 4 advantage of the Quest 3 is performance. Now, so far in the few weeks I've had the Quest 3, performance hasn't been a thing I've really noticed with the Quest 2 games I already have in my library. However, as games become more optimized for the Quest 3's better hardware, I'd expect that you'll see some games really take advantage of its faster performance and better graphics. So far though, the Quest 3's UI smoothness hasn't been as giant of a leap forward over the Quest 2's as I was hoping. Part of this is due to the Quest 2 continuing to be optimized by Meta. The other part is just the UI stutters and glitches I've run into on the Quest. This mainly happens infrequently when I've got the main UI up and I'm loading a game and moving around in mixed reality or virtual reality, and it can be quite disorienting. We'll see if Meta is able to smooth some of this out as time goes on with the Quest 3, and I'll make sure to talk about it in our full 6 months later review, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video in your feed. Next, let's talk comfort. That's the number 3 advantage of the Quest 3 headset, and while Meta didn't actually make the Quest 3 any lighter than the Quest 2, it's actually about 12 grams heavier, which you don't really notice when it's on. They did improve comfort of the headset experience in other areas, like including more steps in the eye adjustments, a more comfortable foam, and they also cut down on how much the headset sticks out in front, making it less likely that you'll hit the headset with your hand during a game. Alright, and the number 2 advantage of the Quest 3 over the Quest 2 is mixed reality, and before I tell you all about it, if you like really high-tech gadgets like these headsets, you're gonna love today's sponsor, Roborock. I've been using Roborock vacuums for a while now because they automate my cleaning and they actually clean my carpets pretty well. For a limited time, the company is putting 2 of their most popular robots on sale. The S8 Pro Ultra, Roborock's most advanced robot, and the Q Revo, a budget-friendly version that also has a multifunction dock. Both docks will auto-empty, wash the mops, dry them, as well as refill the robot's water tank and house dirty water for easy cleanup. Both can easily map your home with advanced LiDAR. You can view the map in the Roborock app to create rooms and set schedules for your robot. The only things the Q Revo doesn't have compared to the S8 Pro Ultra is a self-cleaning dock, Viba Rise 2.0 mop system, a dual brush system, upgraded reactive 3D obstacle avoidance, and 6,000 Pascal of suction power. You can get the Q Revo on sale for $699 US or 22% off its list price, and you can get the S8 Pro Ultra for $1,199 US or 25% off its list price, but only for a limited time. So make sure you click that link in the description below, and then you too can enjoy the freedom of not having to vacuum. Alright, now back to the Quest 3. So, mixed reality. What is it? Mixed reality, otherwise known as MR, it's a technology that helps blend the digital world in with the real world, and it does this by superimposing computer-generated images on top of the user's view of the real world, creating a composite image. For example, with MR, you can have a piano player app that puts a UI on top of your view of a keyboard, helping to teach you play piano, or a game where you see aliens appear in your living room. The Quest 3 uses color pass-through cameras to help pipe in your actual physical surroundings into the headset. How good are the cameras? Well, you can definitely still tell you're looking at a camera feed. There's some camera sensor noise and shadows and some distortion going on where the different cameras overlap. But what about the Quest 2? Doesn't it have pass-through as well? It does have a pass-through mode, but it's not in full color. This headset is really designed for virtual reality, which completely immerses you in the digital world. But in VR, you can't see your actual physical surroundings like you can with mixed reality. Also, I think it's important to note, while the Quest 3 is notable for its mixed reality experience because that is what's really new with this headset, it can also do virtual reality as well, and because of its improved graphics performance, its VR games should look better than the Quest 2's once games are updated for the Quest 3's better graphics. Now, right now, as I record this, I'd say that the mixed reality experiences you can get with the Quest 3, overall they felt more like a demo to me, kind of like that piano app I showed you. But there are several games that have been announced for mixed reality coming up, like Asgard's Wrath, which comes bundled with the Quest 3, or the new mixed reality LEGO game, which looks really cool. Also, some existing VR games are getting new mixed reality modes, like the table tennis game for Quest. Being able to see exactly where you're swinging your arms around certainly makes it less likely you're going to bang them into anything. Alright, and coming in at the #1 advantage of the Quest 3 over the Quest 2 is its optics and screens. Now, even though the Meta Quest 3 has a resolution of 2064 by 2208, a nearly 30% increase compared to the Quest 2, it's not a Retina display, meaning you can, in some situations, still make out pixels or what's known as the screen door effect. But compared to the Quest 2, the Quest 3's optics and screens are noticeably better. When you're using the Quest 2, for example, if you just accidentally move the headset either up or down, it can often go blurry on you, and the sweet spot for clarity on the Quest 3, it's just much better and more forgiving. The displays also have noticeably better contrast. Stuff looks brighter and the blacks are more deep and pronounced. So those are all of the advantages of the Quest 3, but what about the Quest 2? Well, the one and only big advantage of the Quest 2 that it has over the Quest 3 now is its price, and that is a big advantage. At the time of recording, the Quest 2 is back down to retailing for $299 US versus $499 US for the Quest 3. It's still a pretty great deal in VR, and it can play most of the VR games you can play on the Quest 3, though that'll become less and less true over time. So which one should you get? Well, for me, I think that's going to depend on how you answer these two questions. How long do you plan to keep the headset, and how familiar are you with VR? If you're somewhat or very experienced with VR and/or you plan to keep your headset for 2 years or more, given the sheer amount of improvements you get with the Quest 3, that's the one I'd recommend going with at this point. Its newer hardware should age better over time, and it should also start getting exclusive games as time goes on as well. But if you're brand new to VR or you want to buy a headset for a kid who's just a bit rough with their tech, then I'd go for the Quest 2. So those are my thoughts on the Quest 3 versus the Quest 2. If you think I got it right, or if you think I got something wrong, let me know down in the comments, and consider giving this video a thumbs up if you liked it and found it helpful, and consider subscribing to see more content on new headsets like the Quest 3, as well as other content I've done, like my 6 months later review of the Quest 2, which you can get to by clicking on the videos above. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.